On today's video, we are going to be routing out the inserts so you guys can see how it's done once I find out where the hook's at. So I got the other inserts routed out. Now I'm just going to work on this last one here, and I want to show you how to do it in case you guys purchase one of these from anyone. You'll be able to see how to route them out. So one of the first things you want to do is figure out what layout you want to do. I can either go this way, that way, go up, go down. It all depends on your preference and which way you want to, pretty much how you want it to look. So once you get your layout and you figure out how you want to display everything, you can take either a pocket knife or a straight edge, and then you're just going to cut around. I go at an angle, and I'm just going to do just a slight outline. I'm just going to go quick with it, and I'm just going very close to it, not to ding the weapon or and then you'll have your rough outline laid out, and then I'll go in a little bit more with it just to make sure I cut that top layer, because this type of foam is Kaizen foam, so it's a hard HD style of foam, so it's got multiple layers here, so each layer will peel up as you're going along. And then once you get it cut down enough, you just peel away at it. And it'll peel up in layers, however thick you cut it down. So it's pretty simple once you get your layout. Now, if you have a router and you want to make it look with really clean lines, you can do clean lines with just a knife and peeling at it, but I like using a router since I have it. So I'm going to go ahead and do the outline on everything else, and then we're going to route it out. Like I said, if you don't have a router, you can just, cut down, peel up the layers as you're going as deep as you want it. I'll put it deep enough. I'll go down a few layers so it at least will stay in there when it's in the upright position. So this is just my rough outline. I got it quickly cut out. Just a disclaimer, when you're using a knife to cut the outline, be careful, use caution, do not cut yourself. You can slip real easily, and next thing you know, you can nick your finger. So just a word of the wise, use caution, take your time, there's no hurry for it. So now I'm going to pull the router out and then just router down a little bit, and you'll see how that process is done. On a side note, if you do use a router, it will make a very big mess. Make sure you wear eye protection, because I have contacts, so it can get your eyes really quickly. So I like to go down in sections. So I like to trim it down in sections. I don't cut all the way down at one time. I'll go, 3 layers at a time or so, just to try the fit. And then I'll put it in to see how well it sits in there. That one sits in pretty good the way it is. What you really want to test is to make sure it'll stay in when it's vertical. And that one came out pretty good. Now I'm going to go ahead and do everything else the same depth. Also, when you're doing this, you'll want to cut a thumb hole out either on the front or the back, because I wouldn't recommend pulling it up by the magazine. Otherwise, you're going to try and pry it out. So a thumb hole or a finger hole would be easier to get in to get those out. Alright, so here's the moment. Moment of truth to make sure we did it right. It looks like it came out pretty good. I still have to put the thumb holes in there, so we'll do that next, and then we'll put it back in and see how everything looks. Alright, here we go. That's with the thumb holes in there. You can see how easy it is to pull them up. And the reason I don't do thumb holes on the mags is because they stick out enough if you don't need them. As you can see, it makes a mess. Now we'll go ahead and put it back inside and see how everything looks. So here's a look with everything routed out. You can see all the clean lines on everything. It's a lot nicer look. Now we'll go ahead and put everything in there, and then you'll see the final product. Then all we have to do is hang it up. That's with everything in there. Came out really good. I hope the customer's happy with it. Local customer. It's the only reason I was able to have them here to cut it out. But that's how you're able to cut down through the foam to make a nice snug fit for anything you want to put in there. Let me know what you think.